This is one of Nigeria's first tire recycling businesses. Workers start by ripping out the steel wires so the rubber can be cut, shredded, and turned into bricks for driveways and playgrounds.
This is softer and actually a bit bouncier.
Ifedolapo Runshewe started Free Recycle back in 2018. Now, her company recycles hundreds of tires per day.
We have over 400,000 tires stockpiled on site.
But it's only a tiny slice of the problem. Humans throw out around 1 billion tires every year. Recycling them gets expensive and complicated. So in most countries, they just pile up in landfills. And here in Nigeria, they can help spread malaria.
We have stagnant water that can then become a breeding ground for mosquitoes.
So why is it so hard to recycle tires? And why are tire graveyards so dangerous? More than half of all the cars in Nigeria are in and around its biggest city, Lagos. So there's a good chance old tires will end up with a roadside mechanic like Samuel.
Maybe you are going on the road, you have flat tire, I will repair it for you.
He saves any tire he can't fix to sell to Free Recycle. Samway and other shop owners, like Adams, make about 30 cents for each tire.
It's good, because this tire is condemned before, cannot use for anything before. So, but now, I can sell for free company.
Today's haul will be stored in the lot behind Free Recycle's 2.5-acre facility. When Ifedolapo wanted to launch the business, no one believed she could make money out of a pile of tires.
They kind of looked at us like we're crazy, and generally that was the reaction.
But now she has more than 100 full-time employees, and the business makes about 16 cents for every recycled tire.
My first tire, the first baby, was recycled in October 2020.
The first challenge is removing the steel wires embedded within the rubber. So one of her first investments was this machine called the debeater, which removes them in about 20 seconds. Next, the tires head to this chopper, which cuts each one into 4 or 5 pieces, making them easier to work with. The company can process about 150 car tires per hour. The same things that make tires durable also make them hard to recycle. In the 1800s, Charles Goodyear accidentally dropped rubber treated with sulfur onto a stove and discovered a process to harden the material called vulcanization. It made rubber stronger and resistant to extreme temperatures. Exactly what cars need out of tires. As more Americans started driving, rubber production exploded in the early 20th century. And most of it came from plantations in Southeast Asia. And then World War II happened.
The verdict is in on rubber. The enemy now has over 90% of the world's source of raw rubber.
The Allies needed a lot of rubber for trucks, cars, and planes. The U.S. asked its major manufacturers to find an additional source.
Synthetic rubber, one of wartime's newest industries, one of America's modern miracles.
Today's tires are a blend of natural and synthetic rubber, reinforced with metal and plastic fibers to make them more durable. But no matter how tough they are, they don't last forever. And all of the old rubber quickly piled up. By the end of the 20th century, the U.S. had accumulated well over 1 billion old tires. In landfills, they can leach toxins, and when buried, they can sometimes trap methane or other gases and literally float to the surface. They also burn fairly easily. In 1987, about 30 acres of tires caught fire in Colorado. It took almost a week to put them out, and the incident brought this kind of waste into the national spotlight. Within a few years, all but 2 states passed laws that helped fund a new tire scrap industry. By 2021, the U.S. had reduced the number of stockpiled tires to just 50 million. Now, America burns 1/3 of its used tires to fuel cement kilns and paper mills, and another third are turned into rubber surfaces like artificial turf. less than 20% ends up in landfills. But in developing countries like Nigeria, tire waste is still a growing problem. The country ranks in the bottom 10% worldwide for recycling and sustainability. But Free Recycle is aiming to change that. At the factory outside of Lagos, the shredder rips tires into chunks. These drums crush them into even smaller pieces. Workers rake the remnants over vibrating screens. And large vacuums prevent rubber dust from filling the factory air. Pieces 5 millimeters and smaller fall through. Larger chunks go back through the brushed again. Magnets pull out any remaining metal shards.
So here is the fiber separator where the fibers are being separated from the chrome rubber.
These are reinforcement fibers, usually made of plastic, nylon, or some other synthetic material. Now, all that remains is rubber. The final vibrating screen separates the different sizes. Powder, which will give a softer feel suitable for playgrounds and gyms, and 3 to 5 millimeter crumbles, which are durable enough to use for driveways. To make those pavers, rubber crumbs twirl inside heated mixers. A polyurethane binder helps hold everything together. It took a long time to figure out the right ratio that could work in Nigeria's tropical savanna climate.
A mix or a formulation that would work in, let's say, Europe, wouldn't necessarily work here. So, you just have to find what works best.
Dyes adjust the color. A small layer of the colored mixture goes into the mold first. Then the rest of the brick is filled in with undyed rubber mix, which helps cut down on manufacturing costs. Then it is pressed down by hand and loaded onto trays.
After loading it, it's being rolled to the hydraulic press where we press all the mixed material for proper compression.
Finally, it sits in an oven to dry for up to 8 hours. Nigeria's unreliable electric grid means the factory has to make most of the power it uses.
80% of our power is generated internally from diesel power generating sets.
Workers tap the dried pavers out of the molds. On a typical day, they make roughly enough pieces to cover an entire tennis court. Every tire produces about 25 of these dog-bone-shaped rubber bricks. Now, they're ready to ship. Scrap tires have become a $12 billion global industry. In the US, Europe, and Japan, most get recycled, and many are burned to create energy. Tire-based fuel costs less than natural gas and burns cleaner than coal. But it still produces emissions comparable to other fossil fuels. In another method called pyrolysis, tires are heated to extreme temperatures without oxygen. Advocates claim it's the cleanest way to recycle them, but it requires a lot of energy, leaving small profit margins. In the US, a third of recycled tires become new surfaces in homes and playgrounds or mulch for gardens. In response to public concerns about shredded rubber leaking toxins, one US federal agency said it couldn't prove there were any health risks, but it recommended that kids should not eat the rubber. Sound advice. Back in Lagos, Free Recycle's top-selling items are paving stones used in playgrounds like this one at an international school.
We've been very happy with their service. The product's good.
The thick rubber provides a nice bounce for children at play, but also makes repairs and additions easier.
If you want to add more services or add more structures, you just remove it and when you're finished, put it back.
While Free Recycle aims to eliminate all of Nigeria's tire dumps, for now, this waste stream is still growing. But that's not Ifedolapo's only concern. The mother of two is raising a family and a business together. She says Free Recycle is on the verge of becoming profitable, and she continues building it brick by brick.
I think she's like a natural fixer. She saw a problem. She found a solution. Charming, but she's disturbingly efficient.
She plans to expand throughout the country, as well as Rwanda, Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Kenya.
I would like to see us tackling more waste, different types of waste, your paper waste, electronic waste, PET bottle. That's why our tagline is Waste to Wealth.
right. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we doing? It's the weekend. It's nice to have you join us in this workshop. It's the second day. Yesterday we treated basically waste to wealth opportunities, and if you had some time to go through the videos, the recording, you really understand and feel the passion of the facilitator yesterday. Magomori was able to really expatiate and explain some of these processes from the demonstration of converting plastic waste to finished products. You can see that there are many products and materials that can be gotten from what will have been seen as waste. So it creates a loop that will essentially not end. It creates a circular loop that is basically closed. Unlike from production to waste, you have from production to production to production, and to repurposing and using, and every of this really excellent work. The video we just watched is one of those examples of what young people are doing with being resourceful with the kind of waste around you. Yesterday, we were able to learn that depending on the kind of waste that you have access to, you can basically build your business around it. And from what we heard, it's not so much about the money. If you have a very good model, it's about refining it. And we talked a lot about bootstrapping, just starting from where you are and building up. There are a lot of opportunities these days online. If you go to this grants website, I think Funds for NGO, and there are several others. If you use a smartphone, that it basically brings up these opportunities to us. So just you basically start from where you are. So today it's going to be a different topic entirely, but I still want to do more like a recap from what we learned yesterday. I welcome everyone. Richard, I welcome you. Good morning. And Richard is in Ghana. How are you, Richard? Good morning. Hi, Richard. You can unmute and say hi to us.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Oh, yeah. Okay, so that means it should be morning in Ghana. Yeah, that's true. It should be morning in Ghana. Yeah, thank you very much. Richard has been a part of this team. Be one of those that has really been very supportive with planning this workshop. Nancy, I greet you, Nancy. I greet Cynthia Maiwa. I greet you. Okay, our facilitator is around. I'll introduce him in a sec. Ivy, you're welcome. Sandra, you're welcome. Enoka, Kafi, welcome. Labaran, welcome. So let me see if I can. There's just a little bit of time to play another video. It's really going to be quick. I just actually want us to have a feel of, to see how it really works. In case if you missed yesterday's class. So just in a few minutes, we would officially start, the program. I think you can use this time, tweet something, share some information about the program. Yeah. It basically make some noise in the groups, and see how we go from there. You're welcome again. My name is Mayowa, and really happy to do this.
This is melted plastic mixed with sand.
It doesn't look like it's very visual like that.
And it becomes as hard as concrete once a hydraulic press squeezes it into shape. A company in Nairobi wants to install these plastic bricks on streets across Kenya's capital. Could they become a solution for a country where 90% of roads have never been paved? And are roads made from plastic trash really a good idea? We went to Nairobi to meet the young inventor making bricks out of worldwide waste. Nzambe Mate opened her company, Jijenge Makers, in 2018.
So Jijenge is a Swahili word which translates to build yourself.
The factory processes 3 of the 7 types of single-use plastics.
Here on my right, these are the hard plastics, and here on my left, these are the soft plastics.
Kenya has one of the world's toughest bans on plastic bags, but bottles and other containers are still everywhere. This is where workers sort them. They can handle about 10 metric tons of plastic every month.
So this is the guy who starts our production. Without him, we are nothing. So big up.
Vinny operates the crusher, which pulverizes plastic into small pieces.
Just crushes it very loud.
Workers fold the dry mix together with a shovel.
Depending on the color you want, this is a stage at which you put the color pigment. And then after that, it's fed on the extruder.
This machine heats the plastic and sand mixture until it's soft enough to mold.
This is one of my proudest moments as a person, as a team member, and also as the founder of Jijenge. So what you see here, the machine and all the others, we fabricated here in Jijenge. It is mixed together at very high temperatures. So it ranges anything from 300 to 400 degrees centigrade, where it mixes that plastic and sand and forms a gooey, like a dough-like material. And that's what we make the brick with.
Each lump of the mixture is weighed by hand. People say the smell is something like new asphalt on a hot day.
So the brick currently Joseph is producing is a 1.3 kilogram. So that's what he's measuring. He's measuring 1.3 kilogram of the mixture.
This hydraulic press can squeeze 9 bricks at a time.
Ideally speaking, it's like baking now cookies. And this here is Lawrence. He's the guy with the magic touch, so I'll let him do his thing.
At this point, the bricks need to cool so they can harden at room temperature.
So here's the curing bay. So once we take from the hydraulic press, we feed it in the curing bay, and then after like about 2 to 5 minutes, you have a finished product.
Many bricks come off the press with jagged edges. A worker breaks them off on a large stone before adding the finished bricks to a stack. For now, Jijenge's output is modest.
We need to increase our production to mass produce what we are doing currently. Right now, we are doing like around 1,500 blocks a day.
That's about enough bricks to cover a courtyard, like the one at this community center.
For me, I think the price is cheaper and affordable compared to other materials used to make pavements.
A pallet of 400 plastic pavers can sell for up to $150, depending on thickness. The company says that's about 25% cheaper than bricks made from concrete.
We're also working on manhole covers. The other one is roofing tiles. The other one is drainage gutters. And also in addition to that, we're targeting also to improve and optimize the technology. Because I get the feeling we are only doing like a really small portion of it, and there's so much potential that this technology has that we are yet to realize, and this is just the beginning.
Turning waste into pavement is an idea that's already caught on in other countries. Construction workers in India have been mixing small amounts of plastic waste into asphalt for decades, making new roads that are stronger and that last longer. But experts say these innovations may increase the amount of plastic released into the environment.
Roads are subject to constant abrasion. We drive on them, right? And so roads are actually the primary source of microplastics in the environment.
Even on pure asphalt roads, the paints used to make lines contain plastic, and particles rub off the tires on vehicles every time they dry.
Now, if we build the entire road out of plastic, or even part of the road out of plastic, that is going to be more abrasion of plastic and more microplastics going into the environment.
In recent years, researchers have found microplastics in nearly every sample of our food, drinking water, the air we breathe, and even inside our bodies. Tangri says that any solution that doesn't focus on decreasing the amount of new plastic going into production lets the people who created the problem off the hook.
The petrochemical industry would like nothing better than to say we can put it all into roads, or we can do something else with it.
Still, roads made with plastic are cheaper, mainly because they require less asphalt. And they make good use of plastic that would otherwise end up in places like Dandora, Nairobi's only official landfill.
The cars that bring these plastics are linear, more every day, they come every day.
It reached full capacity 20 years ago, but new garbage keeps coming in.
As you can see, most of the waste here is plastic waste.
Amos Wamanya is an environmental activist and renewable energy consultant.
We even have the smokes and all that being plastic being banned, which is very problematic to the health.
In Nairobi's poorest areas, there are no sanitation services. Many people toss garbage into rivers or just burn it, as much as 750 tons every day.
Kenya does not have enough infrastructure to allow recycling.
But that didn't stop American oil lobbyists from proposing a trade deal to export millions of tons of plastic waste to Kenya.
The American Chemistry Council was advising the U.S. representatives within the trade deal negotiations to include a clause that would allow plastic materials to be imported to Africa through Kenya.
Nzambi knows that her invention can't tackle a mountain of trash that large. So far, her factory has recycled 50 metric tons of waste this year, but Nairobi produces 6 times that amount of plastic trash every single day.
We need variant solutions. So I cannot say this is the solution in terms of like, does the biggest impact and all that stuff? No. Does it have an impact? Yes. Do we need to do more? Definitely.
Still, she is continuing to expand her business.
Zambi being the founder of Jenge motivates me a lot. She wants to achieve a lot in life. She wants to achieve a lot for the company.
In 2020, the United Nations recognized Nzambi as a young champion of the earth and awarded her $10,000. And she says her company is closing a $500,000 seed funding round.
We have more demand that we can supply. And that's because there's a lot of market awareness and market uptake that is coming in. And once again, as I said, with the shipment will shift with consumption, but we cannot produce that.
She employs 20 people full-time, nearly all of them under 30 years old.
Me, my team, and everyone else in this space, we get to earn a living, and that I'm happy with.
Most of her customers are local, including her mother, who is also an entrepreneur. She just started a business raising egg-laying hens in her backyard.
They are very peaceful birds. Yeah, I've got 1,200. Yes.
Nzambi's first experiments with plastic trash took place here. Now, her bricks cover the entire driveway.
Even outside, she has done this up to outside the compound. And we are very grateful. Now we live in a very good place.
Eventually, Nzambi wants her business to grow internationally.
Plastic waste is not just a Kenya problem, it's not a Nairobi problem, it's a worldwide problem. And so if we can figure out how to solve it in our local, then it's easy to replicate the solution to maybe to start to the East Africa region, and then to the greater part of the world.
And her biggest fans support the future she's building, one brick at a time.
As a mother, I'm very proud about her.
Haya bana. Na magugu.
Magugu, naonyeshe magugu.
Yes. Okay. So those were videos that I wanted us to see yesterday. So I welcome each and every one of us again to today's workshop second part. Yesterday we treated a waste to wealth initiative, and we learned a lot from our facilitator More Mogor. We learned from the perspective of that whatever business that you're doing or they are thinking of doing should be in line with the priority of the government. And it's especially important because, most of what our facilitator was saying was trying to inform us that one of the things that would make your business successful and you can actually attract the right kind of investment is, does the business align with the vision of the country, with the ambition of the country? And he said so many things to the extent that even the use of the waste that you will be harnessing, what you want to do with the final product, does it solve a problem, right? And that was yesterday essentially. Today we are going to be exploring geospatial technology and a bit about where we stopped yesterday. As young people, we are exposed to the AI age, and it can only get technologically advanced, right? And for many of us, we also stay in the urban centers that is filled with a lot of opportunities. If you know where to look, if you know who to speak with. In the workshop today, we'll be exploring the topic adopting geospatial technology for climate adaptation for MSMEs. MSMEs are micro, small, and medium scale enterprises. And we are looking at agriculture, health, commerce, because all of these fields are all intertwined. A brief, background on our facilitator. Our facilitator is with us. Let's do a testing 1, 2. Hi, Mr. Ektola.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Thank you very much. It's nice to have you join us. A quick backstory about Messi. I met Messi in the conference, and I was really thrilled by what he's been able to do. Being a scientist and head scientist, that's EERTH, and what they're able to do with geospatial technology, GIS, and geographic information. And myself, coming from a development organization that is focused on health, I saw the need of interacting with someone from another sector, another industry, and looking for ways to just apply some of this information to what we do, and that was where we got talking. So a brief background for those of us that are just joining this platform. Zero Carbon Africa Impact Program is well, I don't like to flog the term innovative, but we are trying to raise a community of young people that can help Africa to address the environment and climate related challenges that we have. And in the course of 10 weeks now, we've dealt with different issues from how to mitigate the effects of climate change to how we can even live conveniently or somewhat in the face of climate change, how we can attract funds, for developing or addressing these issues in our communities. And so we also thought about doing something for the public. Most of us on the call right now are are started with us from August, and we thought of this 2-day workshop to more like give something back to the public and to increase awareness. Most of us on the call are likely not to be your downtown farmers, but I believe that you are in the best position to explain or to provide information to our grandmas, our grandpas, to those that do not have access to internet, to electricity, because the more we know, the more we are able to find innovative ways to bring down this information to those that do not have formal education. Just a second. Sorry about the background noise. I had to move to a place where I can do some work. So briefly, our facilitator is a geospatial analyst, and just a brief background about him. Just a second. Yeah, thank you very much. So our facilitator's name is Akitola Messi Onokpemiko. He's an undergraduate student dedicated to pursuing the Bachelor of Technology in Remote Sensing and Geographic Information Systems, GIS. Throughout his academic journey, he has honed his skills in various facets of geospatial sciences, including remote sensing, field data collection, data management, geospatial analysis, and machine learning engineering. Onokpemikpo's commitment extends beyond the classroom, as he's actively involved in volunteering efforts within a diverse community, both locally and internationally. His boundless enthusiasm, energy, and unwavering passion drive him to make a difference in the world. Notably, he excels as a team player and enthusiastically lends his support to various humanitarian initiatives. His ultimate aspiration is to empower individuals eager to learn and grow in the field of space mapping, ultimately benefiting their communities. Onokpemikpo's he envisions a future where he can facilitate access to space mapping resources, fostering an environment of continuous improvement. In his journey, he has held pivotal roles such as serving as the public relations officer of FUTA Space Club. So FUTA is a university in southwest Nigeria, in Akure, in those states. So he has served as, or he is actually serving as the public relations officer of FUTA Space Club and being recognized as the 2021-2022 Youth Mapper Regional Ambassador based in Nigeria. These experiences have strengthened his resolve to be a voice for the underrepresented, utilizing space mapping as a powerful tool for identifying and solving critical issues. Beyond his academic and professional pursuits, Onokwemiko is an adventurer at heart. He relishes the opportunity to meet new people from diverse backgrounds and has insatiable desire to explore the world. I have the honor to introduce our facilitator to you. You're welcome, Onokwemiko, to Zero Carbon Africa Impact Program. A round of applause to our facilitator.
Yeah, thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much, Bessie.
Thank you so much, Mr. Amaiwa. I really appreciate
it. Thank you. Thank you. It's nice to have you. How are you doing this afternoon? Yeah, I know it's the weekend.
Yeah, I'm doing my best, actually. Yeah. So I'll be sharing my screen to just talk about the topic that was assigned to me to discuss here. I'm sorry if you can't hear me at some point, please feel free to unmute yourself and call me back. You are currently, the network here is not really stable like that. So let me just share my screen. Okay, please, can you see my screen? Just let me know. If you can see my screen, let me know.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, what about now? Can you see the full screen? What about now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you so much. So the topic I'm going to discussing about today is adopting geospatial technology in agriculture. And also not only in agriculture, we can also we can also talk about it in various fields, various sectors using geospatial technology. Okay, I think my profile has been read already. So this is just a little about me. I'm a geospatial analysis, and I'm the former Youth Mappers Regional Ambassador based in Nigeria. I'm studying remote sensing and GIS at the Federal University of Technology, Accra. And also I'm part of the volunteers for Alt Global Validators, and also a member of Humanitarian OpenStreetMap Training Working Group. I worked as a committee manager at MISA Technology in Nigeria, and also support OSM Africa Monthly Mapathon. And I'm always ready to volunteer to open projects, yes, so that you can put everything on location based. And I love having a MAPD, at least to contribute to the society. So this is a little bit about me. So let's go to the street business of the day. So agriculture in Africa. Agriculture in Africa is a vital sector for African economies and development. And agriculture employs about 60% of working populations and contributions of 14% of GDP in the sub-Saharan Africa. So Africa also has 60% of the world urban land, but only the 6% of it is used for farming. So we need to work on that. We need to create more farms, land in Africa. And also Africa has the potential to meet its own food needs because of the major food exporters in Africa. Yes, now for geospatial technology, we all need to understand what geospatial technology is, and to let us get more insights about what we are talking about in the agricultural sector. So geospatial technology is terms that refer to a range of model tools that helps to map, analyze the earth, and its features. A lot of things on Earth, like we have a lot of features. So using geospatial technology, it helps you to analyze everything and put everything on the map. So some of the tools are some of the geospatial technologies that we consider is GPS. GPS, it can be on your phone. We have the GPS package, but mostly everyone is here with our phone. So every mobile phone has a GPS. So that's why I use the icon of mobile phone. So, and also we make use of drone in the geospatial technology too, and satellites. But we on the long run, we have different geospatial technologies that we use to, and that is going to be shared here. So benefit of geospatial technology in agriculture. It has a lot of benefits. You can be staying in your house and be monitoring your farm, can do a lot of things, without being there. So another definition of my own geospatial technology is knowing what is where without getting there. Like knowing what is closer to you, like, okay, what is happening down your streets and you're not there, but at least you can get everything with the use of these applications and all. So, and that are also the benefits. Okay, now for farming, for agriculture at large. So, we have positions of farming, and it's a technique that is used of geospatial data and equipment, such as the drone I explained earlier on, and also to optimize crop productions and resource management. That can also be used. While you are in your comfort zone, you can also control your own down to your farm, using to split water or kill some insects on your farm. You can just use that, and that's the picture we have here. And also, informed decisions making is also a process of using geospatial data to support your planning, management, and evaluation of agricultural activities on your Earth surface. So that's the benefit of the geospatial technology in agriculture. So I'll be giving a quick demo. So this quick demo, please, if you can just see my screen, just let me know when I'm doing my demo. So this is an application, is called crop mapping, crop monitoring. So this is an example of what I was explaining about the benefits. So let me just do, okay, can you see my screen? Okay, that is actually loading now. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so now this is also part of, okay, thank you. This is also part of the benefit of geospatial technology. Now, we are monitoring a farm through an application, and I just pick this place as a sample area. So this is just like a sample area. I just pick, like a small farm, just this part. And now you can actually check from this application, you can actually monitor what has happened in your farm over the past few years and what is currently happening on your farm, maybe say like last month, last week. So this now is just telling us about the spectral indices of your particular farm location. So we have NDVI, that's normalized difference vegetation index. It's trying to tell us about what is happening on our farm from January down to October 27. So it's just telling us what is happening on our farm. So, and also these applications help us to you can also draw a task. Okay, maybe you know the coordinate of your farm, you know where your farm is located. You can just easily draw a farm. Okay, I can't draw a farm because I have a sample already. So I'll just use this my little box here to explain. So with that now, with this box now, I can just easily monitor my farm, knowing the spectral indices, how nutritious it is, with the graph here, like giving an insight of what's happening on your farm. And you want to know a lot of things about your farm, the weather conditions, you want to monitor it, you want to check the overlook, a lot of things. So that's the benefit of using geospatial technology in agriculture. So that's just a quick demo. So, okay, I will now be doing a brief one on small businesses. small businesses in the geospatial technology. No, we have small businesses that can benefit from geospatial technology in many ways. In many ways. So geospatial technology is just the use of location-based. Because of everything we are doing, all our businesses are not in another planet. Everything is on the Earth surface here with us. So the use of location-based data and tools to analyze and visualize and interpret special information of your businesses. You know, in any way your business is located, you can use geospatial technology. So leveraging geospatial data for growth, meaning using these technologies to improve business operations, decision makings, and customer satisfaction. So this now for the customer now, let me just do a brief example. So let's say I'm a businessman. I'm into cement, and for this cement now, I have customers from different locations. So from this location, I can just tell them, okay, tell me your customers. How do you like my cement so far? From your location, I can put them on. I can create a map of it from your location and just put it on that map that, okay, from this location, this is what this person is saying. This is what this person is saying. Okay, my cement is very good, is holding the house upright, like that. So with the use of geospatial technology, you can use it to make a lot of explanation without doing a full report. No, because everything you're doing is on the Earth surface. Your reports, you're talking about your business, you can just put it on the map. Okay, in my business of the week, this way is coming from, this way is going to my customers, this is where my suppliers are coming from, this is where my goods are going to. So, and you are looking at everything on the map. Okay, you can, even from there, you can know your next move. Okay, my customers are not coming from the north, are not coming from the North Africa, are not coming from South Africa. From there, you can channel your energy to meeting the people from the North Africa, from the South Africa. So that's the benefit of you bringing in geospatial technology in small business and the business that are growing to. So some ways that small business can use geospatial data, market research and analysis, and also product development and innovations, and also operational effectiveness and optimizations, and also customer engagement and retentions. So I'm just putting this logo here. These are geospatial technology that are make use of they are making use of geospatials in their businesses, in everything they do, such as Mapillary, Planet, Musat. Musat is a company here in Nigeria. So I'll just do a quick demo of showing you Mapillary. Okay, so this is about Mapillary. Makes better maps. And also, let me just explore this map. It's loading up actually. I hope all you can all see my screen.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is a brief example of Mapillary. And from there, Mapillary is just a technology that into building up. So, and also we have formalizers that are using their chances on the Earth surface. I'm just trying to load it up so you can all see. Just I like presenting it demo actually. So so this is one of the a company that is making use of geospatial technology. It's a leading environmental intelligence company. So they are making use of geospatial listening too. So they are focused on reducing greenhouse gases, protecting people on ecosystem and assets, managing the energy transport, a lot of things. So And also they are making use of geospatial technology. And also we have research that is in Africa for Africa. They make use of geo apps, IoT, drone, satellite, and geo AI. So these are what they focused on. And we also have the planet, daily health for data to see changes and make better decisions. So from this now, okay, you're not seeing your changes, you can, okay, make better decisions about your farm, about your businesses, a lot of things, and a lot of sectors like that. And also, geospatial tools, we have been talking about the geospatial benefits and all, and geospatial tools that are making use for which you can apply, not only to agriculture, you can apply it to your businesses, you can apply it to transportation, you can apply it to elect, you can apply it to a lot of sectors on the Earth surface. So these are the softwares you make use of ArcGIS software, make use of QGIS. And also the difference between ArcGIS and QGIS is ArcGIS is commercialized software, while QGIS is open source software. So you using QGIS, you have a lot of access to a lot of tools, a lot of plugins, a lot of access that is open source, is free. But in ArcGIS is commercialized. You have to pay some amount of money to have access to these tools for you to make use of it, to make it better decisions about your location. And also make use of GSM for mapping out different, you make use of GSM for mapping future data on the Earth surface. And this is what I was talking about, the GPS. We have GPS on our phone, and also we have the Android GPS. This is the picture over here. And also some of the tools that we make use of when you're field, you collect data on field. We make use of Cobalt Collect, that's Cobalt Toolbox, and we make use of ODK. And also we make use of Survey 123, this Survey 123 logo here. So I actually just put the logos, so I'll just explain more. So these tools here are good when you want to go on field to collect data. Okay, you want to do your data collection, example like a data collection of your farm. You want to go yourself, you want to monitor it, you want to be on field at that present time. So you can make use of these tools and of these softwares and tools to collect your data. And when you get them, you can now do your analysis, take pictures like real-time pictures, real-time videos, so on and so forth. And also Rapid ID is embedded into ID Editor, where we use machine learning to pick buildings. Yes, if your focus is farm, but now it's only focused on buildings. So we use Rapid ID to map out millions of buildings at once, instead of you picking them one after the other. And also we have Map Swipe. So Map Swipe is also a mobile application too. And we also have mobile application. We have OSM, and we have Map.me, a lot of applications like that in the geospatial world. So, okay, I was explaining briefly about the data collections, about the tools earlier on. Data collection too, it's also a partake in the geospatial technology, where you have to go on field to collect real-time data. You want to do it yourself, you want to be there, you want to know what is happening with your eyes, you want to get there to get more information. So there's when data collection comes in. So I focus on data collection and analysis. So for improving of agricultural productivities and sustainabilities. So data collection refers to the process of gathering information, about various aspects of agri, such as now in agri, you want to collect the soil quality, you want to collect the pH of the soil, you want to collect the moisture of the soil, you want to collect the organic matters of the soil. So these are things that you can get when you're there in person. You have to dig ground, you have to take some measurements. So that's part of the data collection, like you are gathering more information. And also the weather pattern too. You want to know what weather is at your farm. So you have to go there. Okay, it's sunny today. You input your data. And also for the crop health, you want to take a real-time pictures of your crop, how your crops are growing, You want to check if insects are biting it at all, and many more like that. So data collection can be done using mobile phone. Yes, like now everyone has a mobile phone. So I would just simply say that data collection can be done with our mobile phone using Google Collect, using ODK, and many more. So yes, I know a lot of questions you want to come up. Okay, how will I know about geospatial technology? How will I know how to do it? How will I build myself in it? So that's why I actually add this slide to it. So training and capacity building. Yes. The more you ask questions, the more you know it. That's actually it. So, and the more you read books, the more you check on YouTube, a lot of things like, okay, geospatial technology is trending and you want to know how you can apply it to your business, you want to know how you can apply it to your agriculture, your farm, a lot of stuff. That's when you explore, you share minds, like you share yourself, just like Mr. Mayowa said earlier, we met at the conference and we share minds together. That's why I'm actually here. So if you don't share mind at the conference, I will not be here. So that's also it. You make interaction, you collaborate with each other. You also train yourself. And you also communicate. That's also it. That's why I actually add these pictures here, like collaboration, exploring, asking questions, and from there, like trying to connect the dot from the dots to get a polygon. So that's also it. So, and you can also engage yourself in the capacity building to trying to know more and trying to ask questions, trying to explore more about geospatial technology, and not only geospatial technology, beyond geospatial technology. Yeah, so the future trend of geospatial technology, geospatial technology has been available over the past years. Over the past days, like if I go into the history of geospatial technology, we are still going to be actually. So the future trend of geospatial technology is a new development and innovations that's shaping the field of geospatial science and applications. Yes, in sense of using Internet of Things, machine learning, AI, that's IoT, machine learning, artificial intelligence. You go on field, you collect a lot of data. To make precisions, to make some cluster. Okay, you put out data collectors on field. Okay, go on field, collect businesses that people are doing out there. You know, a lot of data collectors collect different businesses out there and they give you the data. So from there, you can now use your machine learning. Okay, from this data collected, how can I use machine learning to predict what business can I go into? That is actually it. So that's what Geospatial can do for you, using the machine learning aspect. So from there, you do some coding, you do some analysis, and from there, you find out, okay, people are not really engaged in this business. I can do more into this business. You go into it. So that is the benefits and the future trend of geospatial technology. The IoT, Internet of Things for quick response, monitoring, like that, and also do AI. That's the using of artificial intelligence, use of machine learning to make predictions and all. So I know a lot of, when we are going to it, you're going to be having a lot of challenges and comes. And especially for our farmers, agriculturers that are into agriculture and a lot of stuff like that. So data privacy is one of the issues. Like it's a major concern for farmers. Like, okay, who use geospatial technologies to collect and share their data about their farm. Okay, now I have a farm and someone else jump into my farm and is collecting data. I'm like, which kind of that's also it. That's like what we all concerned about in Africa at large. So a lot of questions will come in. So data privacy is one of the major concerns for farmers, and we have to we have to let them understand it very well. So, and also the challenges in implementation of geospatial technology in agriculture. We have the lack of technical expertise. Yes, a lot of farmers want to explore, want to make work easier for them, like work easier for themselves. But when they have the lack of technical expertise, it loses their potentials in on field, right there on farms and all. And infrastructure also comes in, resources to require process and analyze and use of data, geospatial data effectively. So that's one of the one of the challenges. So we have to be aware of it, and the lack of awareness to a lot of agricultural sectors are not aware of this geospatial technology and all, and also we have to integrate and you have to teach them, especially among our farmers, among our stakeholders, among our investors. You have to let them know. So, and also the lack of coordinations and standardizations. In Africa, there's no like a standard geospatial data source. Like 10 years, I think that's one of the challenges. If you want to get data now, you can get thousands, hundreds, millions of data, and everything is different source. So it's not for you to now, okay, let me focus on this source I got, let me focus on this. Some people recommend that, okay, the source must be from Street Map, the source must be from this, and that. Okay, so that is, and the format, platform, and system. So that is what the challenge can be, and all. So, conclusion, the special technology is actually powerful tool. Is a very powerful tool that helps small business in various aspects of your operation. It helps a lot. It helps a lot. It's just what you do and just do from your end, does employ the special expert, and from there you rub mind together. It gives you more insight about your business. From there you start involving yourself in the geospatial technology and start implementing it. So, and also it helps business leverage the opportunity and challenges of the digital economies, such as the AI, the machine learning, and the IoT. Yes, because if you are making use of this AI, machine learning, and IoT, it reduces your spending on businesses like that. What you can just do with $1 million, you can actually get spent with these tools. You can just spend highest, or let's say $500,000 on it. So that's actually does it. And also in your digital economies, opportunities and everything around your businesses. So also the special technology can also help a small business to grow, innovate, and compete in the global market. Yes, when you implement this, like when you implement it, you see the growth. That's what it. You're going to see the growth. You're going to see the growth, and you see the innovations around it. Okay, you can build up an application for your business. You can actually build up a lot of stuff and embed the special technology into it. That's the location intelligence of it. So, and it helps you to compete very well on the global market. Very, very well on the global market. So, yeah, I'm open to any questions and answers. So let's rub minds together and okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much. Yeah, over to you, Mr. Mayowa. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Messi. Thank you so much for that really insightful lesson. A lot of information in such a short time. I welcome each and every one of us. Again, this is the second part of this 2-day workshop series. And on the call is Messi Okwemeko Akitola. Really insightful time. He's been able to help us think through how we can apply the knowledge of geospatial technology to adapting to climate change, respect to our businesses. He talked a lot about how you can use geographic information to inform your decision making with respect to farming practices, businesses, and all of that. But a quick one: while we are getting we're waiting for your questions. I was going to ask that, most of this information has to do with artificial intelligence. You know very well that quite a number of us are still pushing back with the fact that artificial intelligence has come to stay. But how can the small, so I don't want to say small scale in terms of someone that has capital and everything, but how can people in the rural in a rural setting, how can they take advantage of this kind of opportunity? How can they be a part of this movement? Because whether they like it or not, climate change is here to stay. Whether they like it or not, AI is here to help. Whether they like it or not, they are already, without making conscious decision, are already making that decision. How can we integrate the knowledge of geospatial technology information with life in the rural environments? Is there a way out? Is there any hope for the guys in the rural environment, that are practicing, doing their businesses as farmers, as nano scaled businesses, that just probably just sell pepper, or that in the value chain of agriculture, so that's a question to our facilitator.
Okay, thanks so much for that question. The trend of geospatial technology is actually more focused with, let me just see the youth, because if the youth have an insight of this geospatial technology, it can be easy to narrow it down to the rural areas, to mothers that are selling pepper and a lot of things like that. So it is the youth's responsibility, actually. Let me just use that word, because we have this energy to go extra mile. We have this energy to go to this rural area to those I'm going to say it, to enlighten them. I'm okay. That's when them just use this word outreaching comes in. In the outreaching of it says that the schools, the primary schools, secondary schools embedded in these areas, and we youths take ourselves down there and educate them. Okay, these are the development of these are the insight of this special technology. And from their younger age, they get to know it very well. And from there, some of them can develop themselves to, okay, let me study this course because I know a little bit about it. They have come down to my secondary school and all. So from there, we can now start educating them, especially the youth and the younger ones. So the ones that are not the youth, it's going to be very hard to convince them, except they are especially the ones that are in the government. Yes, the government are easy to, they are enlightened, they know about it. You just have to keep telling them. But those that are not into government, how do you want to tell them? You can just easily to explain it, like, okay, just give them a simple explanation. Yes, let me just use that. Just give them a simple explanation about the geospatial technology and all. And also the youth, we are the one in charge. We have to go extra mile to this location and show them how things are done and all. From there, it's easier to explain something to someone face to face. But when you have to train them how it is done, like the practical examples, especially the younger ones, the practical examples, okay, these like trainings, like these are is done, and all. From there, they can start using, they start getting themselves familiar to it. I think I was able to answer your question,
Yes,
Mr. Mewa.
yes,
Thank you.
yes, thank you so much. I mean, you hit the nail on the head, where you said that it's on us, right, young people, because we have the opportunity, we that our parents do not have, or the older generation do not have, to be here and alive to learn this technical facts. And of course, that part of our objective, for organizing this workshop, and then by extension Zero Carbon Africa Impact Program, is to make sure that we as champions, we are able to convert this information, this technical information, to an easily digestible form, that is easy for older people to, so that it's easy for our neighbors that are still pushing back on the realities of climate change. And I was saying the other day to some of us, the power that we have, right? I remember that when I was growing up, there's a way, being in the Christian faith, we are able to push out information, and you agree with me in our respective countries that you can break down the good books, the holy books, and just pick out the information you need. I break it down, not in technical jargons, but in a way that it's easy for anybody, whether in the market or in the farm, to understand. You can break down this information in English, in the local dialects, right? And you will still make the same impact. So it should not stop from this, or stop at this program. We should be able to build ourselves and help our communities to be more resilient in the face of climate change. Because I was also going to ask as a follow up that so where do we start from? How do we then skill up as a health professional, as a young farmer that has a little bit of passion, or that has interest in addressing food insecurity problems? Where do we start from? Do we need to run a 6-year program in the uni? Because I think someone asked a question, that would AC be organizing a training like this, or does our facilitator have a provision for providing this sort of training? Do we need to go to university to study a 6-year course to be able to do this? Where do we start from as professionals? So I don't know if you got that question, sir.
Yeah, I got that question. Okay, I thought this is a general question. I'm so sorry for that.
Then I mean anybody can also contribute, but let's start from this conversation here.
Okay. So for the question you asked earlier about the professionals getting to understand the geospatial technology and how they can get into it. So for me, I'm currently studying a 5-year course. So I will not say that a professional should go and study a 5-year course to know this geospatial technology or how they can apply it. So what I will easily say is that we have a lot of materials, we have a lot of books online. You can just give yourself a timeline. Okay, these 3 months, I want to use to learn geospatial technology. And from there, you can go into YouTube, you can go in reading books, you can go in listening to broadcasts, you can go in watching movie, you can go in a lot of ways. Like there's a lot of ways you can learn because technology is around us. You can just pick your phone. You also read journals, you can read a lot of articles like that. So with this, the more you read, and when you read like that, you can also, when you engage yourself in the geospatial cloud, you can easily communicate. Okay, this is what I've read so far about what this author says in this book. And I get this, he says this and this. Okay, like for me now, like if you are communicating to me, I'll be able to explain more in my own understanding. I'll be able to explain, this is what this writer is saying, this is what this YouTuber is saying, this is what this broadcast is saying. From there, we rub minds together. And when you are learning, when you are engaging yourself in these aspects, you can also focus on working on a project. So maybe you have a business that you're running. Okay, this business that I'm running, I want to apply it with what I'm reading. You can also be applying it. From there, you'll be getting more insights. Challenges going to come up. There are sometimes that while learning, you are not interested in learning again, but you keep pushing and you have to create a passion for it. That's the special word. We say create a passion for it. So when you create a passion for it, you can now explore more. Like, because that passion is there for you to apply it to your various projects. And while you're applying to your various projects, you're also learning. You're also learning. And while doing that, make sure you communicate, make sure you collaborate with like minds. The person that you're communicating to may not be a geospatial expertise, but just let the person okay, I want you to be the person I'm communicating to, and while you're communicating with the person, on the long run, the person is going to understand. You yourself, you understand because of you read, you explain, you are going to know it more. That's just it. And you can listen while you want to sleep at night, you listen to the special broadcast like that, and maybe you're going to work, while in the bus, you're driving, you can just listen to something, you can just pick up a book, read like that. Before the end of 3 months, you just see that yes, yeah, the cloud of the special. So that's also it. So I can't just say, yeah, come and study 5 years course. No. We have a lot of materials out there. Which and a lot of people, and also attending conference too helps. You attend conferences, and from their workshops, from there you put yourself in that cloud and workshop meetups, yes, and that also can really help. Thank you. Yeah, over to you, Mr. Mayowa.
Thank you very much, for that explanation. So I'll also want to open this session to a number of us. If you have some experience with geospatial data, maybe from the perspective of an health person or a researcher, or you work in the development space, right? The floor is open to you, and if you have personal questions, specific questions as regards the session for today, please, you can unmute your mic and ask your questions. Also, a quick one, if you want to connect with our facilitator, I think he's on Instagram, but you can connect with him on LinkedIn by just typing Akitola Messi. Akitola Messi. You'll be able to get a free consultation from him. Without taking more of our time, are there still questions? So you know what my teacher says, right? So if there are no questions, it's assumed that you understand. And I think to also kind of jump on, what our facilitator has, been saying, as we plan out our projects, as we execute our prayer, I'm sure we can see some of the ways that we can use our technology, right, in facilitating or driving this whole awareness drive in a situation whereby you can create a material, you can write a material, you can do animation, you can do so many things, and create this very, very beautiful material that can be distributed in the market. And I'm sure in the process of distributing it, someone will be asking you in the Nigerian parlance, waiting with this. And one way or the other, you are able to explain to them that, do you know that you can do this, you can just use this information, and that this information actually do exist. These days, when you're going out, you are able to use the meteorological information to determine whether it's a good day to do certain kind of business. You can use those information to plan out if a business would work around this time of the year, and whether it's even a good business decision to invest in that kind of business. I know agriculture is one that has a lot to do with seasonal variation, and if the season is not right, if you put your money in certain produce, in certain crop, you might not really get the best of return on your investment. So many of these things. So if you're able to bring this information down to the man on the streets, I think you would have done a world of good. We don't have to wait for the government. In fact, in many places where these things work, private individuals are the ones that think through innovations and find cheap ways or cost-effective ways to address development challenges in their countries. I want to once again thank our facilitator for making out time for us to expose us to and to show us the potential, the power of technology in addressing climate change. I think this is a very good place to end the session. At the end of this program today, we'll be able to share share the slides and the recordings for this program. I want to thank you for spending time with us. I think we've spent more than an hour in today's session. Thank you very much for spending your weekend with us. Thank you again, Mercy. Thank you so much for this information. I know we don't have you don't have 1 million, or we don't have if we can, right, but we appreciate that you are investing in this kind of project, and we really want to appreciate you for this. Don't forget to connect with our facilitator on LinkedIn. He's also on Instagram. Just type in the name. I did that just now. Just go to Instagram and type in the name Mercy Akitola. You'll be able to connect with him and ask your questions. From me, it's bye. A pleasant weekend. Enjoy yourself. Make sure you take some time to catch some fun, relax, and it's going to be fine. Bye, everyone. Have a safe day. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye, Mercy. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.